Legends of the Silver Sea. The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting golden rays across the vast expanse of the Silver Sea. A peaceful shimmer coated the water, but beneath its surface lay secrets, whispers of ancient myths and forgotten realms. The Silver Sea, they said, was not merely a body of water, but a living entity with a will of its own, guarding treasures beyond imagination. In a small coastal village named Yavron, nestled between towering cliffs, lived a young fisherwoman named Ira. Her father had once been a sailor, lost to the depths of the Silver Sea, and the legends had haunted her since childhood. But Ira was not one to fear the sea. Her eyes reflected its silvery sheen, and her heart yearned for the mystery hidden beneath the waves. Every year the village celebrated the Festival of Tides, a time when the Silver Sea was said to speak to those brave enough to listen. And every year, Ira watched from the cliffs as the elders performed their rituals, chanting old songs and casting offerings into the water. But this year was different. The village had fallen into hardship. Fish were scarce, and strange storms had begun to brew on the horizon. Rumors spread that the Sea King, an ancient deity who ruled the depths, was angered. No one knew why. The elders spoke of a curse, a broken promise made long ago. Some said that only one person could appease him by journeying to the heart of the sea and returning what was lost. On the night of the Festival of Tides, Ira stood on the beach, watching the waves crash with unnatural fury. Her heart pounded in her chest. The elders' chant seemed hollow in the face of the sea's wrath. She felt a pull, a deep calling within her. This was her moment. With nothing but her small boat and an iron resolve, Ira set out across the Silver Sea. The villagers watched in silence, unsure whether to mourn her or pray for her success. The boat rocked and swayed under the darkening sky as the sea's silver light illuminated her path. For days, Ira sailed. The sea grew wild, but she was undeterred. One night, under a crescent moon, a figure rose from the water, a shimmering silhouette of a woman with eyes like the sea itself. "I am Sirana, guardian of the Sea King's realm," the figure spoke, her voice like the rush of waves. "You seek what is lost, but do you know the price?" Ira, unflinching, nodded. "I seek to save my village and bring peace to the sea." Sirana's gaze softened, and she gestured to the waters below. "Then you must dive into the depths and confront the Sea King himself. But beware, he is not easily swayed, and the truth you seek may not be what you expect." Without hesitation, Ira plunged into the icy depths. As she descended, the world around her transformed. Coral forests of silver and pearl stretched out before her, glowing creatures darting through the dark waters. She swam until she reached the Sea King's palace, an ancient structure carved from the bones of long-forgotten sea beasts. At the palace gate stood the Sea King, towering and fearsome, his body shimmering like the sea itself. His eyes were filled with sorrow rather than anger. "Why do you disturb my realm, mortal?" His voice rumbled, shaking the waters. Ira stood firm. "The sea has grown restless, and my people suffer. I've come to return what was lost." The Sea King's gaze grew darker. "What was lost cannot be returned. It is not an object you seek, but a truth long hidden. The sea has been wounded by betrayal, and it will not heal until the truth is known." He gestured to the waters around them, and suddenly, images formed in the currents, a past long forgotten. Ira saw her own ancestors, sailors who had made a pact with the Sea King in exchange for the sea's bounty. But they had broken their word, taking more than was given and leaving the sea in anguish. "The pain of betrayal runs deep," the Sea King continued. "It is not the sea that must be appeased, but the bond that was broken." Ira understood now. The curse was not a punishment from the sea, but a consequence of her people's actions. She knelt before the Sea King, her voice steady. "What can I do to make amends?" The Sea King's eyes softened. "Your heart is true. Return to your people and remind them of the pact. Only through respect for the sea can the balance be restored." With that, the waters carried Ira back to her boat. The storm had passed, and the sea was calm once more. When she returned to Yavron, the villagers gathered, their eyes wide with wonder. Ira spoke of the Sea King's words, of the broken bond and the need to honor the sea. From that day forward, the village changed. They no longer took the sea's bounty for granted. They learned to give back, to honor the tides, and to remember the pact made long ago. And the Silver Sea, once restless and wild, became a source of life and wonder once more, its legends passed down through the generations, a reminder of the bond between land and sea and the power of respect and truth.